Huh?
Hello everybody, it's me, Inkboy, and today we're back to Google translating Sprunki 100 times. As you remember in the last video, we did all of the beats. Now we're going to do what is called the effects. Right, first we got good old gray. Change that to gray. Extensions. Just to let you all know why I'm not doing 200, because I'm only allowed to do 100. Like if I try to do 200, it says between 1 and 100. It's 100. Forgot that I have to select the prompt. 100. Voltage. Related to voltage. Voltage. Image. I guess I can make a battery. I can create a battery. Alright, so let's start with the black body. Here. Just so I don't have to go through some stuff with the eyes and stuff. I'm gonna remove most of his parts and keep the others. I feel like I should put his face in the brighter area of a Duracell battery, which is what I'm making. Duracell. Now the next part I have to make is a bit, like that. It looks like that. If I put it here a little bit. Will this look good? Why is my thing black now? I want to put that yellow, actually. Okay, back to orange. Lines 1 to 4. Right now it's got... Yeah, that looks good. Right now, battery has one white part sticking out. I got to align it there. Alright, now you just gotta turn this gray or white, whatever. Do that, and boom! We got our Duracell battery. Again, I might skip the animating parts for you guys, so you don't have to watch me struggle through this. But before we do that, we gotta take this whole battery. Here I have an idea. I'll group it, and I'll group these ones. Go back, copy. Then I'll just I'll go to Gray's horror form, as I did last time. I did the normals first, then I did the horror animations, and yada yada yada. Now I just want to say I am surprised on the amount of views I got in on my first Sprunki but Google Translate 100 times video. Like, why y'all like that one so much? Like, seriously, why y'all like that one so much? Right, that. I gotta remove the outlines. And I can keep this black. Also, I feel like I should make that, like, darker. I think I know how. There we go. Dark Duracell. Alright, time to do the, first off, the normal side. It's gonna take a while, because Gray has a bit of a lot of animations. Have to do the dots. So freckles or whiskers. For this, I could just keep his face on there. While the although it moves on like his face is moving on the Duracell. That did they group his whole head together? That's cringe. Alright. This might take a while. So yeah. And we'll just do this. Okay, I have finished. It was so much animations for just the normal form. So let's see how this goes. Didn't do much with the battery, but hey, it's good. Alright, time to do the horror form. I'll tell y'all when it's done. Okay, horror animation done. Black, get on there. Right, bye. Horror animation. There we go. Okay, I forgot some freckles on him. That's okay, I can just easily fix that. And there. Now time to get on with the icon. I feel like I got a bit lazy on this one because all I did was just reassign some shapes and didn't really move the thing much. We gotta lower the outlines down to like 1. 1E1, 1. 1T, 181. The gray background kind of fits it for some reason. Speaking of gray, I'm gonna ungroup this, turn this color to this color. See it work now. Alright, it works. Alright. Next up we got is the brown boy Brud. Highlight that. Bad translation, custom distortion, 100. And I got Bruce. Bruce. There's many Bruces I am thinking of right now. Let's see. Hold on, let me get the Brud, the little this fella. So there's many Bruces I can do for Brud. I could do Bruce from Finding Nemo. I could do Bruce Wayne. Who else starts with Bruce? I could do this Bruce Willis guy. Bruce Springsteen. I don't know. Oh, I could do Bruce Lee. Yeah, sure, I'll do Bruce Lee. Right, so first things first, I feel like we have to unfortunately move this guy's bucket. I forgot he has a spike under his head. Anyways, honestly, no, I'll keep the spike. So Bruce Lee is a ninja-like person. Let me see. Bruce Lee. Let's see, I'm trying to see what kind of Bruce Lee I can make. If I wanted to, I could make half of his body look like he's wearing that, and from this picture I can make it look like he's having scars on his chest. So yeah, let's go do that. It's again giving like a little oh, I can also I saw this image somewhere. No. I can also have him have nunchucks in one of his, and like I give him little Brud color hands. And yeah, he gets nunchucks. First, let's give him pants. You can tell this is your first sight seeing this, y'all, but this is your first sight possibly seeing a character wear pants. Alright, now, well, I actually feel like I should shorten those a little bit. Honestly, I could have just copied the Brud's body and just put it over his original body, but whatever. Alright, now, here's how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bring, like, this color red, put, like, some little scratch marks. I should do it like this. Just make it a bit darker, like 60. There we go, that looks perfect. Alright, now time for nunchucks. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna make these. Why did I just make a completely empty that? Okay. It's gonna be hard when I do the horror form. So, yeah. Alright, so... as I saw, Bruce Lee's nunchucks were black. Right here. On the handlebars. Copy that. Now here's how I'm gonna make his chains. I'm going to do this. I gotta fix that. Wait, hold on. Dot. Okay. Now, let's try this again. One circle, one big circle. I should move these two big ones. And zoom in a little bit. And make sure they connect. And look at that. That is a perfect nunchuck. Honestly, I feel like I should put it on this side. Alright, Bruce Lee normal version Brud done. Also, why did the creator give him a spike? Anyways, horror form now. Let me figure this out. So if I wanted to, I could just do this for that. And I could also put the scars on him. Gotta make them darker. Don't know how dark the blood is. I could check. 0, 30. And I'll just keep it like 25-ish. There we go. Save it. Now for this part, all I just gotta do... oh wait, actually, hold on. Okay, I am going to remove that because that's annoying as heck. I should give these chains outlines at like 2. Then I'm gonna copy that, put it on its horror form. Then I'll remove that. Remove the outlines of that. I'll make this hand color about what this head is. 1035. And 34 is good. Right now, I don't have to change the nunchuck handles, but the chains, I will have to do that. Alright. Now, how dark should these be? What if I just make them the eye color of darkness? Or I just, like, do this. Put them at, like, 17. And boom. Right, now time to animate this fella, which I'll be back with. It's probably gonna be hard, though. Alright, finish the normal form animation. Let's see the final product. That's pretty good, you know? It it took it took a very long time to do this one. Alright, more form time. See you in a bit. Alright, horror animation done. Let's go. Here. Oh, I can fix it. I can fix it. Alright, I fixed it. We're all good now. Yeah. Now it's time for the icon, which is gonna be a bit simpler. Just gonna remove his bucket. Hey, Spike is there. I honestly never knew his Spike was there. Just gonna do this, put his little, make it to 1. There. We can't make it to 0, because, well... Hmm? That hurts. Just gonna group that. There. Copy. I like Brud's little spike, though. I don't know why he hides it. Even this part of the spike is brown. Right? And we got the hand. And boom. Alright. That's the first 2 effects done. Gray and Brud. Alright, next up we got is Garnold, the robot dude. Alright. Garnold, it's gold, but there's this word between the G. So for those who didn't know, 100. Okay, you are here. What can I do? What can I do that is a reference to you are here? Oh, I could make him into a map. And then here's the idea of what I can do with the map. Here. Alright. So oh wait, I could turn him into a Google's map, because I just realized something. So hold on. Oh, there's no mouth under that. Okay, so as we all know, under his mask are eyes, so I'm gonna have to take his eyes with me. If I just do that, I can turn him into a Google's phone map. Like so. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. It looks like it's...
Sorry, my random Alexa just went off. Alright, Google's Maps. That makes a bright, greenish color. Oh, I never knew this was inside that. Anyways. Now, put it like that. Then I'm gonna make a trail. A red trail. On the Google's Maps. Alright, so I need to figure out how I can bend this in some way. Yeah, that looks good. I completely turned an entire person to a phone. Wasn't even alive. I think. I'll also add a blue trail. Going like that. And I'll add a yellow trail. Going the opposite way where the red trail is going. Gonna finish this. I'm correct. I'm pretty sure these Google Map lines don't have outlines, right? So yeah, let's just fix that, and it now looks weird, but whatever. Right, so here's my plan. So I'm gonna make a full-on reddish circle, right? Then I'm gonna do this. Put this down here. Why did it bend like that? And I'm going to make it a white circle inside of that. Let me see if I can fix that a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to put text in red that says, "You are here." Let me cook, y'all. I'm going to make that smaller. I'm going to make it a bit bigger, actually. And boom. Now, I'm actually going to quickly move the... Hello, Garnold's eye. Group that. I'll grab all this, put it back correctly. There we go. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna actually copy this and then delete it. Then I'm gonna go copy that and fit to his horror form. Or I'm actually going to since this eye showed up before, I'm actually gonna bring that eye out. I fricked up the phone. Okay. Group up. Wait, actually, I should have grouped up. I should have done this real quick. Yeah, but let me just outline all of this. If that even made sense. Now, I'm going to do what happened to Garnold by just putting a little circle here. Making it look like it's been shattered, like Garnold's visor. Should have gone with a rectangular thing. Whatever, that's good enough. Then I'm going to turn the white part into however the color eye is. 50-50. Okay, the saturation needs to be different as well. That is perfect. Right, so let me take this, group it once again, but put it back. Okay, let me shrink his eye a bit. Okay, let me size it up a little bit. There. Now this looks like a terrifying phone. Actually, nah, that's good enough. Plus, this thing's forced onto it anyways. Oh yeah, I gotta make it darker. Right. So ungroup it real quick. I'll just make the lines 0 and just like half to 100, aka 50. Oh wait. I think I might have messed up. Whatever. I'll fix it later. My idea for Garnold's normal animation would be a bit silly, but hey. Oh. How is Garnold's gold color like in this? 12, 81, 10, 50. That's the normal form. I'm not moving that up though. Honestly, I'll do the same for this part as well. Let's see. Okay, that one's 35, saturation 20. Alright. 35. 35. As you all know, remember my brother from the last video, I just want to say that we tend to be a bit goofy. Pretty sure my editor put up something about we are like...
Yeah! Want to do something foolish? You even have to ask.
Mostly when it's just me and him. Extend that a little bit. Alright. Horror form aisle that, and that's done. Now, I'm not gonna show part of the animation, but you all see when it's done. Alright, I finished it. Now let's go. It's moving across the yellow line is realized. Didn't make it move across the yellow line, just across the area, but whatever, that's good. Alright, time for horror form. Alright, the Garnold horror form animation is done. Oh. Yeah, now y'all are, and I know what y'all nerds are gonna say, Garnold animation goes left, down, up, right, but it is actually going to animation because the phone is actually the wrong way, because the eyes, with this eye, the eye could be, the other second eye could be right here, and the other eye be right here. So yeah, this basically is the right way. It is looking the right way. Right, next up, I kind of forgot who it was. It's, OWAKCX. Hold up.
OWAKCX.
OWAKCX. That's how you say his name. OWAKCX. 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 Now it sounds easier after that. Anyways, OWAKCX, you're gonna be translated today. Google translated. Don't want that here. Highlight that. Extensions. Bad translator. Remove the remove that. 100. Alright. OWAKCX translated 100 times equals... and 1. Alright, let's figure out what we can do with that. And 1. Oh! Oh, this is all based off of something. I have no idea what this is, though. I could make him one of those dogs from the movie where these two dogs had like 101 kids. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's do that. It's gotta turn his whole... I gotta turn his skin white. Why not just remove his hair? Bald!
Bald! Bald! Bald!
Boop. Alright. Now, the next part should be simple. Add polka dots on him. Since that's what the dogs had in the movie, right? Polka dots? I have no idea what type of dogs they are. Never really watched the movie much. Don't know if I even liked it. One joke, I could put like a little black dot, or I can just put a black dot right where a nose would be and give him a big old black nose. Alright, now time for the ears. 101. 101 Dalmatian. I'm not gonna take hours to pronounce what that is. Since he's male, his ears are gonna have to be black. Right, so if I just take a square black piece, I can just rearrange it to look like an ear. I did something wrong. Hold up. I think that looks good enough. Now the tails. What are the tails like? Pure white. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just make a circle tail. Then I'm gonna bend it a little bit. That's the best looking tail I have ever made. I basically just made a new Sprunki character if you look at it. Anyways, horror form. Honestly, all I just need to really copy is the ears. This is still a thing. And the tail. And also every single flippin' dot I put on him. 1050. Alright. Now, if you want to know why I'm doing that, I am not gonna literally figure out how to make stuff like that. Alright. All I just gotta do is put his saturation down on all of his skin. That reminds me of an analog horror series for some reason. Oh yeah, I can also just copy the tail. I don't have to put the other dots though. I can just pretend like they've been burnt off. Let's see this. Oh wait, no, that's his outlines. Brightness 10? Yes. Brightness 50. That looks perfect. Now I gotta copy and paste every single dot. So I'm gonna pause this. Okay, so I realized I didn't have to copy and paste all of the dots. All I just have to do is put these ones on because apparently most of his isn't capable of putting all of them on. So yeah. Anyways, animation time. Okay, OWAKCX is finally done. That took for friggin' ever. Here. Yeah, I didn't really think of much on this one. But it's just how bad his animations were. So now it's gonna possibly get worse on his horror form, which I'm gonna do now. Okay, I finished OWAKCX and I don't really feel that proud of it. Here. Yeah, the reason why is because it was very confusing. Alright, well, time for our last fella being, Guy. Alright, that's enough of you. Alright. Guy. Oh, wait. Hold on. A quick little speedrun of making OWAKCX picture. There. I'm just gonna keep it like that. This I'm just gonna make this like 20 more darker. Alright, now it's time for Sky. 100. Google Translate Sky 100 times. Very sad that Sky is 14 and he got killed in the most brutal way. Also, this recording for me has been going on for like 38 minutes. What? What? Is this translator self-aware? That's bad. Anyways, I know myself. Let's do a different translation. Sky Google Translate 100 times is in the air. Well, we can't do a cloud, so I am not going to do the literal sky. I'm going to do something silly. Deer. Returning Sky to a deer. Alright, so first things first. We gotta change his skin to brrrr. I'm gonna keep the saturation good, and I'm gonna turn it to that. That looks like a good deer skin color. Alright, then we gotta do this. Boom. Alright, now we gotta turn him into a deer. So, how am I gonna turn into a deer, you may ask? By doing this. Getting a deer colored circle, or a deer antler color, because deers have antlers. It looks like a banana that has its skin peeled off. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Copy, paste, flip, paste it right there. I would change up the animation to look like it got hit by a car, but I'd rather stick with it. Alright, copy. This one should be good enough to do. Honestly, all I need to do is just take the antlers and paste them and put them behind here. And I'll just copy and paste. Honestly, it just look like he's missing an antler. And I'll just get rid of the little hair. Did I keep the little hair here? No, I did not. Alright. For the color. Let me see, how's sky color coordination like? 10 and 50. This is on 6, so window half of 36 is, 68 is 34. Fun something we actually today I did with my brother, sister, and mother. We went to a cat cafe today. Alright, animation time. Pause. Alright, the deer sky's done. Let's see. Fun time. You do have some fun. I freaked up. Alright, horror forum time. Alright, horror forum done. Let's see it. Alright, now let you all know, yes, I do know that these bowls move every time his eye or head moves. I am not giving it the time to do that. Alright. Anyways, I also want to show something I found. In his sprite, there was just a costume called bar, which I'm guessing is for this, but I just leave this here. Weird, am I right? That's Sprunki Effects Google Translate 100 times today. That took longer than last video, like 46 minutes by the while I'm recording this, but I'm pretty sure the editor's gonna shorten it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the top left, bottom, right, top, at wherever the first video is. See y'all next time. Peace. And thank you guys for almost getting me 500 subscribers. Smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button. Give me a comment and share to your friends. And bye-bye.